Yes, I'd like to make a statement and also a request at the end of my statement. Actually, you know, a number of years, about a year or so ago, the county entered into a consent decree. And actually, the county has been working very, very hard to follow that consent decree, so we don't get into further litigation that the county is already in. It has come to our attention that, again, Commissioner Halcovage, you are aware of what's in the consent decree and what we're actually requesting under the consent decree, especially in the hours of that you are here in the building, from 8 to 5, which is in the consent decree. Over those times, numerous times, you have stayed inside the building well past those amount of hours. All we're asking is so that the county stays in conform of the consent decree, that we don't further get into litigation, is that we're asking you to conform to them hours, if you would please. Also, a letter I know from Administrator Bender was sent to you, and again, the letter that also was that came from, and it was addressed to myself and also Commissioner Hetherington from the Sheriff's Office on the amount of times that you were past those hours. All we're asking is that so we don't go into further litigation, that you would hold yourself to those hours. If not, then we'd have to actually look at some other alternatives to do some things in the thing. All we're doing is ask if you can be agreeable to that, and that's why the reason, since it's been so many times, is why it was brought out now in public, that it has to be addressed here, so that, and I want to make sure that this is on the record, that the county has tried to do this to make Commissioner Halcovage aware of those allegations, that the police to conform to it. So at least it leaves the county out of that side, that we've been trying to do everything that we can possible to what's in that consent decree with the Department of Justice. Thank you.
And I'll respond to that. First of all, are you going to make a formal motion of that? Because that is actually taking away my rights as a county commissioner. If I may finish, Mr. Hess, if I may finish, that the consent decree is with the county. I voted no. I disagreed with what was in the consent decree. Not everything in the consent decree, but restrictions. I perform my work as a county commissioner, and all I was asking for are the same restrictions that you would have being in the courthouse, be the same that I would have as a sitting county commissioner. And when you say extensive time, I've never been in the courthouse after 6 o'clock. In fact, the times I've been in the courthouse is because there have been other employees in the commissioner's office that have been in the office with me. As they leave, I leave as well. And so if you want to make a formal motion about that, and I did ask Mr. Bender about the letter that was sent to me, and that letter was authorized by you and Commissioner Hetherington, and my understanding the solicitor's office, for him to handle versus you handle it. But again, if you feel you need to make a formal motion of that, I continue as a county commissioner, as a sitting county commissioner, and unless you are, giving other rights to other people in this office that should be in the commissioner's office, you handle it as you see according.
You have me lost on that whole last verbiage.
Good.
First of all, on the consent decree, I want to claim that it did come before this board, and the vote was taken by a majority of this board to agree with the consent decree and to do whatever actions that we can possibly do. That's all I'm asking, and that's all it was. I'm not instructing anything else. I said a request, just a pleasantly request, Commissioner.
And it
that's all I'm asking.
basically stated that the items in the consent decree had to be lawful. To restrict me would be not lawful.
Is a request lawful?
You're a predator.
All I'm doing is.
Mr. Duncan, please.
All I'm doing is making the request, and that's what I did. So thank you. I just wanted to make sure that's of record, so that if the Department of Justice comes back, and again, to show that we as a county has done everything we can to conform to that, to what we can possibly do. That's all I wanted to clear up. That's it. Thank you.
I agree, Mr. Hess, there was no formal motion needs to be done because it was brought up to the board and by a majority of the vote, the commission accepted. And 3 years ago, we sat in the solicitor's office, Mr. Halcovage, you promised us you would be here between 8 and 5 o'clock. You voluntarily promised that. It's not written down, but I have witnesses that.
I agreed to when an Attorney General's investigation was being done.
You agreed to?
And Mr. Hetherington, I will respectfully disagree with you that once that review was done, that was what I had asked for. It was just the same thing that I did as far as stepping down from the chair. And the agreement that you had made was that, I should go back as chair after that review of the Attorney General was done. As you well know, you disagreed to do that, so thank you so much.
What is that? I never agreed to that charge.
Yes, you did.
Huh? You promised us you would stay only between 8 and 5. Let me finish now, okay? You always talk over top of me, okay? How about you get in order, okay? Well, how you and me, okay?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay,
You done? You promised us, there was no stipulations on the back of it, okay? And I never promised to step down as chairman. This had to be done until this investigation was over. This investigation is still going on, there's still lawsuit, there's still a civil trial. It's still active, okay? Nothing changed, okay? So you made that promise to us as a group, and you now won't keep it, and I find it very troubling, so.
so every civil trial, people should be excluded from this location, is what your point is. I'll make a motion to adjourn on that.
Moving on to salary board.
We didn't get, okay, it's fine.
Second.
If we don't ever.
That's fine, that's fine, my apologies.
Yeah, we don't ever do that, okay?
My
Can I
apologies.
run the meeting, George, please?
Can we play some circus music here?
Mr. Duff, one more time,